Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be continuing into the finale of What If Bulma Wished for a Boyfriend. If you haven't seen part 13, there is a title card where you can go check it out and see what happened in the last part. But today we'll be going into the Moreau / Granola arc, and this will be more or less like a shorter video than usual. How will the fighters deal with Moreau? Why is the Granola arc here? Will Goku and Vegeta obtain the Ultra Instinct technique? For those who are interested, I own the Discord server for anyone who wants to join and talk more about Dragon Ball with me and other viewers. Maybe give out some ideas of your own what ifs, and maybe in the future I could check them out. Check the link in the description down below. Today's question of the video is from Beat the Heroic Saiyan. What is your favorite Dragon Ball Heroes form? Mine is Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker. I would have to say my favorite Dragon Ball Heroes form would be the Super Saiyan Blue Control Berserk form that Vegeta obtained. Now I know the name could have been better, but I find it kind of interesting. I kind of get reminded when I see the form. It kind of reminds me of when Vegeta became Majin with the eyeliner in his eyes, and just the aura looks a lot better than the normal Super Saiyan Blue. I know it's, the form is, I guess, okay. I guess the only problem is really just the name, if they could think of something better. But overall, I like the design. It looks pretty cool, and it's, something interesting, something different, and also kind of like throwing a kick back to when he was Majin. But yeah, thank you for the comment. If you want your comment to be featured in the next video, just comment down a question you would like for me to answer, and hopefully, luckily, your comment will be picked in the next video. Without further ado, let's dive into the finale of What If Bulma Wished for a Boyfriend. After the Tournament of Power, the Saiyans remained on Earth for a while as they had been on Beerus' planet for a good time, but they continued to train on Earth. Goku, Vegeta, Broly, and Raditz were training in Capsule Corp, while Goku and Vegeta were trying to reach the level to use a technique that Gogeta was able to do, called Ultra Instinct. Suddenly, Bulma would interrupt the training, telling them that there are a lot of people kidnapping Buu. They'd walk to the back of Capsule Corp to see some type of space police, also known as the Galactic Patrol, kidnapping a knocked out Buu. Vegeta looks around to see a knocked out Trunks and Bra as he rushed over at the Galactic Patrol, but they would shoot him, also knocking him out. This shocks the other three Saiyans, but before they could react, they are knocked out from the back as Beerus is behind them. He tells them to bring the other Saiyans as they may need their help with this new threat. The Saiyans would wake up and be on guard as they are confused on what is going on, until Beerus would explain to everyone about the current universal threat, Moreau. Beerus explains why they took Buu because in the past, Buu absorbed most of the Kais in the universe, and that included the Great Lord of Lords, as he was the only person who was able to beat Moreau and Buu had absorbed him. Beerus would explain Moreau's magical power and how he gains power by absorbing life energy, and the more he gains, the stronger he is. Now, a problem here is the story is pretty much different. With not knowing where Moreau is, Moreau here would also be on his own without any Frieza soldier, as the only reason he had the soldier with him was because of the fact about the Dragon Balls, and in this timeline Frieza never learned about that, so neither his army would, as Moreau wouldn't have a location to go to, so he would just be going planet to planet to absorb its energy. Once he destroys a planet or two, that is when the Galactic Patrol would have an idea of where he is. Without Goku ever learning the instant transmission, they cannot rush right towards Moreau and would have to stay with the Galactic Patrol for now. During the travel to Moreau, Raditz would try to come up with a plan, as if they all rushed at Moreau, it would fail. This is where the Great Lord of Lords would appear in Buu, explaining that the plan is that he would face Moreau first, as he is the only one who has stopped him before. So he will face him when he is weak, and he should be able to stop him before he gets too strong. At the point when they arrived at Moreau's location, Buu would go to the planet and look for Moreau, which he would do so rather quickly. The Great Lord of Lords would take over and begin their fight. At this point, Moreau gained his magical power a bit, as he did eat around 4 planets. The Great Lord of Lords would have the edge of the fight, but soon would realize that his god power is not with Buu. The others would figure out that the evil Buu that they killed in the past must have been the one to have the god power that the Great Lord of Lords is talking about. Everyone gets worried, as now they aren't sure if they could stop Moreau, but Raditz would bring up that Goku and Vegeta should fuse once again to Gogeta and tap into the power that they did back in the Tournament of Power. That reminded them about the power, and since that they have grown stronger, then maybe they could tap back into the power, as they would try to fuse again, and a bright light blinds everyone, and once they see Gogeta, he looks different. from the tournament, as we see Gogeta's hair being white, as this even shocks Miris. Gogeta says that he can stay fused for only so long, so he would try to end this quickly. Gogeta lands in front of Moreau while he is absorbing the life energy of the planet. Without a word spoken, Gogeta begins beating on Moreau. And this fight is pretty much a massacre for Moreau, as not only he is much weaker than what he was in the manga, this Ultra Instinct Goku is much stronger than Ultra Instinct Goku even after training with Miris. Also the fact here that both Goku and Vegeta means business and doesn't want to waste any time or risk anyone else getting hurt. So they would attack Moreau with a full power Soul Punisher, as Moreau wouldn't be fast enough to react to the attack nor absorb enough life energy to grow strong enough to fight against Gogeta, and he would be eradicated easily, as they have saved the universe yet again. Now this may be an underwhelming arc for Moreau, but without knowing about the Dragon Balls, he wouldn't be able to become a huge threat to get his magic back. And even then, here the Saiyans are stronger, with a Gogeta with Ultra Instinct would be an overkill. Moreau became a threat because of the Dragon Balls, giving his full magical abilities, and when he released all the prisoners from the Galactic Prison. And now this is where we go into the Granola arc, or the lack of the Granola arc, as it all started with Granola stealing the remains of Android 7-3 from the Moreau arc, as that would eventually lead to the Heaters learning about the Dragon Balls and the remaining of the Saiyans from Earth, which they would use to make the Saiyans fight Granola. Since the entire Moreau arc is different and Android 7-3 never really gets out of prison, then the Granola arc just couldn't happen at all, sadly. The Saiyans and the rest of the Z Fighters would just be living out their lives peacefully and continue to train without being disturbed, with the drama between Granola and the Heaters. For the events on Granola's home planet, most likely he would just continue working for the Heaters until eventually he would go against them and fight them. He could take most of them out easily until he had to go up against Gas. Now this is without the wish that either of them made, and it would be rather difficult to say who could win the fight between the two, as either way, if Granola or Gas wins, they wouldn't have a big effect in the Dragon Ball universe, as they most likely would never cross paths with our Z Fighters. With the superhero movie, that too wouldn't play out, as back at the start of the series, when Goku destroyed the Red Ribbon Army, he was much stronger, and also had the help of Vegeta. So no one would have survived from their attacks, so Dr. Hida would never be hired from the Red Ribbon Army to create Gamma 1 and 2, and would just remain in prison. So with all that threats gone or prevented, now the Z Fighters can finally continue on with their lives without any more future threats. And that's gonna be all for this series. Tell me how you think about the finale and how it did with the Moreau/Granola arc. What do you think about the entire story as a whole? My favorite part was that Vegeta just changed a lot for the better and really became a good fighter with the whole group and became like a team player, and really kind of helped out taking out the villains a lot more quicker and easier without any big repercussions. And it was just fun playing around, at least at the beginning, how much Vegeta would change the Dragon Ball story if he was there at the beginning. The next what if would be, what if Broly was King Vegeta's son? If y'all are interested and enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be alerted whenever I post another part, and I hope to see y'all there. And thank y'all so much for watching and all the support for this series. And I will see y'all in the next series. See ya.